Hi, I'm the Tabletop Teacher, and in this video we're going to unbox a whole brick of the upcoming Marvel Heroclix Fantastic Four Future Foundation set that the great folks at WizKids sent for us to preview. And they also sent us some extra boosters for a raffle, so stick around at the end of the unboxing to learn how to win these. This set is offering all kinds of new stuff, of course, but there's something entirely new on top of the brick, a legacy card. Very intriguing. But let's go ahead with what we got in this brick, shall we? In the first booster, and before I open it, little tip for those who didn't know, the easiest way in my opinion to open a booster is to run a finger under the bottom fold in front of the box. Look at that. So what did we get? Mick, Mad Thinker. Ooh, a prime piece in our first booster, the uncommon Prime Wizard, with Pybok and a rare Ramatut. The Prime version of Wizard is a particularly interesting piece. First off, Wizard has improved targeting and can target opposing characters through hindering terrain, other characters, regardless of elevation, which is always very convenient. But in addition, he has a free action that allows him to choose a character within range and line of fire, and ensure that the lines of fire to that character cannot be hindered or blocked. That's very powerful. Imagine you have a couple of range attackers protected by walls. Now here comes Wizard, who says everyone can see this target. And now your friendly characters can shoot through the wall at this opposing character. Neat. I think Wizard at 25 points seems to be a very powerful strategic choice. And he starts with telekinesis and leadership, but also running shot with 3 damage if ever a good shooting opportunity arises. I think we can expect Wizard to carve out a place for himself on scientist-themed teams. We also pulled a rare piece in this booster, Ramatut. He starts the game with a special power that gives him leadership and probability control, but his probability control has something very special. When he uses it to reroll an attack, the dice roll is final. No one else can reroll it afterwards. It's a double-edged sword, but particularly useful when your opponent is able to prob more often than you can. I need to say a word about Mick too, since he has the Fantastic Four team ability. He can make an interesting tie-up piece later in the game. If an opposing character that's counting on range attacks needs to break away from Mick, they just might decide to knock him out instead. By doing so, your opponent will have scored 10 points, but this would also heal all your characters with the Fantastic Four team ability for one click. Perhaps not a bad trade-off. In the second booster, we pull Invisible Woman, Valeria, the uncommon version of Invisible Woman, Wu, and Alex Power. It's going to be interesting to play Alex Power with sidekicks. This is a new concept in Heroclix, sidekicks, allies, and captains. You can find this mention at the top right corner of the character card, just before the collection number. So when Alex Power uses Sidestep, a friendly sidekick will also be able to move 2 squares. Alex Power can also generate small barriers, 2 squares instead of 4, but has a free action. 6 clicks, no damage reducer. I think this is a piece that's going to be interesting for more experienced players. But if you are new to the game, this is a nice way to explore how barrier can help you out. What does the third booster have in store for us? Leech, Katie Power, Julie Power, Jim Hammond, and the rare version of Julie Power. Ooh la la! You can't carry another character when using hypersonic speed. But Julie Power has kind of an exception to that rule. If during her movement in hypersonic speed, she moves in a square adjacent to a friendly sidekick, she may place that sidekick adjacent to her final position after the hypersonic speed has resolved. And since this sidekick will not have been carried per se, it means that we can give a costed action to that character. Now imagine 2 rare Julie Powers on your team. Since she shares the titles of Captain and Sidekick, she could bring another Julie Power alongside her at the end of her hypersonic speed. Then this second Julie Power could activate hypersonic speed in turn, and then bring the first one away from the opponent's pieces after attacking. It's not very nice, but it'll work. In the fourth booster, we find The Thing, Human Torch, Franklin, Alex Power, and Nathaniel Richards. A character that can carry 2 others with phasing teleport, that's always convenient. You add enhancement to the mix, and that's another interesting element, but it's really Nathaniel Richards' trait that makes him a particularly interesting piece. By removing an adjacent object from play, or one that Nathaniel Richards is holding, he can choose a standard attack power, or he can have an adjacent friendly character choose a standard attack power. Now, either way, the character will have until your next turn to use it. But wow, that's a nice pick a power with a twist. And it's a trait, so Nathaniel Richards has access to it whether we play him at 40 or 25 points, but he can't taxi at 25 points. That's another very interesting piece with the scientist keyword, by the way. The fifth booster gives us The Thing, Medusa, Mr. Fantastic, Dr. Doom, and Diablo with a special item, the Alchemical Potion. Oh, Diablo is sideline active, so if you choose to play him like this, your captains and friendly sidekicks will have +1 to their attack value when they attack one or more characters that have the mystical keyword. It's very specific, but why not have it when you can? But if he's a proper part of your team, he'll start the game equipped with the Alchemical Potion, and he's going to have a little more control over its effect than any other character would have. For 60 points, he has 7 clicks, he starts with 11 attack, 3 damage, stealth, outwit, a special power that gives him incapacitate and smoke cloud, in addition to a free version of smoke cloud for 3 adjacent markers, 2 team abilities, mystics and fantastic 4, but also willpower, which with the changes to the rules that were announced, has the potential to allow Diablo to act very, very often. Let's take a closer look at the Alchemical Potion for 10 points, which allows you to add a standard power from a list of 12 and modify that during the game. How does it work? Well, when a character is equipped with the Alchemical Potion, you place the item on the card, like so, and choose where the arrow points. This means that you could give Pulse Wave to an equipped character. Pulse Wave no longer suits you? Well, free action allows you to roll a die and turn the potion clockwise by the number of colors obtained on the roll. Diablo can stop turning whenever he wants. This is a great catch among rare pieces in my opinion. What does the 6th booster have in store for us? Well, it's Human Torch, Spider-Man, Vil, Wizard, and Victorious, but we didn't get the right card. That happens sometimes. Fortunately, WizKids offers a parts replacement service. You will find the link in the description. Victorious is a pretty straightforward piece. She starts off with Running Shot, Penetrating Psychic Blast, 11 attack, which she keeps for almost every click, and 4 damage. She packs a punch. She starts with Impervious and a variant of Energy Shield Deflection that activates after Victorious moves. 2 very powerful team abilities, Cosmic Energy and Minions of Doom. She's a very nice, powerful piece for 110 points, and the sculpt is simply superb. In the 7th booster, we get Medusa, Leech, Jack Power, Artie, and Awesome Andy. Awesome Andy is a captain who grants shape change to all friendly sidekicks. And by the way, I think all the sidekicks we've seen so far have the Fantastic Four keyword and team ability. That will allow for some very interesting combinations. Awesome Andy is a giant who can be played at 70 or 35 points. He starts off with a special defense power that gives him invulnerability, plus, if Awesome Andy or an adjacent friendly character succeeds shape change or is missed by an attack, you remove an action token from that character once the action is resolved. With a little luck, Awesome Andy could possibly be activated every turn with this power, in addition to being a giant with the upcoming new rules. And it's a beautiful piece. The 8th booster gives us Invisible Woman, The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, and Leah. 50 points, 6 clicks, Fantastic Four and Skrull's team abilities, enhancement, and a perplex variant that only works when Leah is adjacent to an opposing character. She starts the game with shape change, toughness, and a special power that gives her charge and stealth, but with a bonus to her charge. If she uses charge in hindering terrain, she modifies her attack and damage by +1. That means a 12 attack and 4 damage for 50 points. I like. In the 9th booster, we find Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Valeria, Tong, and Puppet Master with the Radioactive Clay special item. This is nice. Radioactive Clay grants a variant of mind control. This version can only have a single target, but when the character equipped with the Radioactive Clay uses mind control, they'll be able to target through blocking terrain and hindering terrain regardless of elevation. It's very powerful, but it can only be used once. It's knocked out after it hits, except when Puppet Master is using it. A very good mind control piece with 12 attack and precision strike for only 40 points, 5 clicks. He's going to be a lot of fun. And in the last booster of this brick, we have Spider-Man, Mick, Woo, a rare Stardust, and a super rare Blackbeard with the Stones of Merlin special item. Wow, that's a nice booster we got for dessert. Stardust is a very powerful piece. She has a trait that allows her to heal herself for one click at the beginning of the turn. Just like that. No need to roll a die or anything. Start of the turn, heals a click. And as if that weren't enough, the first time Stardust gets knocked out, she clicks back to click number 7 instead. So yeah, 8 clicks of life starting with Impervious. Stardust has longevity. She also has a special attack power that grants her Pulse Wave and a variant of Pulse Wave. This variant not only allows you to use Pulse Wave from a distance, but will also create a black hole that draws all the pieces hit by the Pulse Wave adjacent to the square where the Pulse Wave variant hit. Now, she won't be able to use this Pulse Wave variant with her running shot because it's a power action, but still, that's a super fun 100-point piece. And finally, we have Ben Grimm as Blackbeard, who can start the game equipped with the Stones of Merlin. The Stones of Merlin grant Invincible to the equipped character, but with the possibility of losing it when they are hit. If the character is hit by an attack, you have to roll a die, and if you get a 1 or 2, your opponent places the Stones of Merlin in a square of water of their choice on the map. If there are none, it will be within 6 squares of the character who just lost the equipment. If Blackbeard is equipped with it, his roll is increased by 1, so he only loses the item on a roll of 1. During Force Construction, Blackbeard gives the Pirate keyword to all friendly characters that have the Dolphin Speed symbol. And during the game, friendly characters with the Pirate keyword modify their attack by +1 when occupying water terrain. There are about 15 modern age pieces that have the Pirate keyword right now, and at least as many that have the Dolphin symbol. Many interesting choices for a theme team. Blackbeard begins with Charge, Mastermind, a special damage power that grants him Empower, Leadership, and Shape Change, and a special attack power that grants him Super Strength and Quake, which, when used while Blackbeard is occupying water terrain, deals Blackbeard's printed damage instead of 2. That's 4 on the first click. He also has the Fantastic Four team ability, which could be very useful with Vil or Wu on their team. A really fun piece for 90 points. And now, something brand new with the purchase of a brick, the Legacy card. It's a card that modernizes a character from a past set. And we get Morgan Le Fay, a super rare piece from the Chaos War collection, released in July 2012. The piece cost 120 points back then. You can now play her at 100 or 50 points with a new starting line at click number 4. The new Legacy card also adds the Mystic's team ability, which seems to be more comic accurate, and her traits and her special defense power have been slightly modified to be more up to date. Legacy cards are a fantastic idea. I hope we will have some in every set from now on. A wonderful brick. No chase, but we had some great pulls. We are missing 3 figures in addition to the Prime to complete the set of commons. We're also 3 pieces short from completing the uncommon set, but we did get the Prime, which is a great character. We pulled 8 rare, which is excellent. My experience is more often 7 rare figures per brick. And finally, 3 super rares. I can't wait for this set to launch. Force construction with this set is a charm, and at first glance, there seems to be a lot of nice compatibility with recently released sets, notably all the House of X pirates. Let us know which one's your favorite future Foundation piece in the comments below. Would you like to get 3 boosters? Well, our friends at WizKids sent us some extra boosters for a raffle. All you need to do is subscribe to this channel and share in the comments which piece you're hoping to pull. If you understand French, there's also a chance to win 2 more boosters by doing the same on La Boutique Tabletop's channel. I'll proceed with the draw on February 17th, or release day should it be pushed, in another video, possibly live, I haven't decided yet. But for now, as always, thanks for unboxing with me.